Roman, tell everyone how you groom your mustache.
So what I usually do is I get like a 6 foot like saber, and I just extend my arms out as far as I can, and I just try to whisk off just like a quarter of the hair, just a little tip, so it doesn't stick in the mouth. That's what she said. And that's pretty much how I trim it up.
What I was thinking is, maybe I should just stick around with the mustache. Some people think I might be in adult films from the '80s, but some people might just think it's a new style. With the autumn button up with the mustache, you might think I'm from Wicker Park, but hey, I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, throw on some like black sunglasses, a hoodie, and you could be the shoe bomber man.
I don't know who that is or what that is.
I'll say you something.
All right. But Roman, can you also tell everyone that we're gonna move from a fitness podcast to a facial hair grooming podcast? Did you tell everyone that, or should we break the news now or later?
Sorry, Gainz podcast listeners. Meant to post on Instagram about that.
Changing the name to Fear the Beard, long 1031. But honestly, guys, we want to hear from you guys. How do we look? We don't really care what people think of how we look. Roman and I are like kind of, I'd say Roman more or less. Me, sometimes I kind of like to know if I'm looking good, but I feel like we're those type of guys that we don't care. But throw it in the comments. Let us know what you think of the facial hair. It might be a trend. You never know. Maybe 2021, everyone just grows their worst facial hair. Maybe that's the time to shine. I mean, Roman is probably a little bit warmer since he just got a nice snowstorm. What'd you guys get in Chicago? Like 6-7 inches?
Something like that, yeah.
And I heard it's about to snow again this weekend?
Yeah. Snow in the forecast.
It must be. Yeah, that must be weird to see. We saw hail yesterday in Arizona, and it kind of looked like
really?
It kind of looked like snow. Yeah, it was weird to see. It was but it only lasted for like a minute. So like what's weird about the rain here? It like rains like back in Illinois, and I bet in Massachusetts was like this. When it was like a rainy day, it was like pretty consistent throughout the whole day. Like if it was light, heavy. Like here, sometimes it'll just like rain for like 10 minutes and then just like be sunny. And then like 2 hours later, it gets dark again. It's like 10 minutes. It's like, it's like weird because like, it's just like crazy to see. But if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, you guys should have saw that rainbow I saw. One of the best rainbows I've actually seen in my whole lifetime.
That was crazy.
The most complete one too. Yeah,
it was
most
the deal
complete.
With that, like,
I saw that both
red,
times.
like the red beam underneath it. That was insane.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like it was like almost projected, but you're like, wait, no, that's not projected at all. Like, what I'm saying? Like someone like put like a high-powered beam of light or something. But Roman, episode 64, almost done with January. Holy cow. We're almost on to February. Man, my man, what are we talking about today with your coffee mug water?
Yeah,
Is that what you're drinking?
Honey water. This is how I drink my carbs.
Water.
This is also, I talked about this mug in the caffeine
that's it.
episode.
That's...
See like the little like blue dot, so I would like fill it to the top dot, and then like a week later I fill it to the next dot below, and I fill it to like the top dot right below there. And that's how I graduated my caffeine intake down. We're talking about footwear, folks. Shoes in the gym.
So, I wish we could cue in the podcast without like getting in trouble. That one music video, shoes. Oh my god, shoes. Right? I texted Roman to like think about like the topic and like what we're gonna talk about today, and right when I sent you that message, that song like just went in my head like, oh my god, shoes. And I'm like, why the hell does it still affect me to this day? After like what, 10 years, even more that it
Even
came out? When
more.
the heck did that? Yeah.
2006 maybe. I don't know. So long ago.
Yeah, but so Roman, let's start us off. I want you to start us off. Like, why the heck do we even talk about this subject? Why are we talking about shoes today, buddy?
I do think they're like very underrated, actually. I'm glad I like took notes because I was like, oh, just like, just go off some ideas I have on the top of my head. But like as I started taking down notes, the more I like really got into it. So I think like first and foremost, like shoes provide a durable and stable platform for the lifter to exert force into like the ground or the surface that they're working on. That can't be like understated too. I even drew up a couple of like non-traditional examples. Like most people would think about like, yeah, like footwear is important for like squatting. So I got my squat shoes, or like it's important for deadlifting. So, I make sure like have these specialty shoes, or like, I think you're gonna like bring up deadlift socks. Like I've never like tried
Yeah,
those out
socks,
before.
slippers. Yeah.
Slippers. But like even in a lift, like a bent over row, or bench, or like a standing curl, your footwear is extremely important, because what your feet are doing to the ground is extremely important to the lift. Like no matter what your goal is, it's very, 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 very important when it comes to like stability, when it comes to mobility, when it comes to control of the weight, the movement, learning the movement, mastering the movement. I would say that a ground up approach is the way to go. And I don't have to go into it like right now, but during like this episode, I would like to cover like my thoughts in proper and stable foot placement during like each of those movements, and explain why I believe it is so pivotal towards the execution of that movement.
Yeah, yeah. In the idea in my head when it came up to me, and like the thought process behind it first. Thanks by the way for explaining like like a good generalization, like statement right there. Why like shoes are important.